Hello all, Accionoctem here with a new Guild Wars 2 lore video. Today I'm going to cover Wayfarer Foothills. That is the Norn starting zone and the zone right outside of Holbrook. Now this is a pretty fun zone to play through, but it's not very fun to talk about, and I'm going to tell you why. The Norn are based off of the real historical Nordic people. Nordic themes are very popular in Western fantasy literature and games, especially lately, such as Skyrim and Game of Thrones. And if you have had any exposure to these kind of things, then you're already familiar with Norn culture. And Wayfarer Foothills is strongly based upon showing you and involving you in the everyday lifestyle of the normal Norn. Now it's fun to play through, but it's not very interesting to talk about. So I'm going to try to touch on some of the more interesting parts of the lore in the zone without focusing on each separate part of the zone. I really doubt you want me to point out each and every hunting lodge and tanning rack in the game. We'd be here a while. Now the beginning of this map is actually at the bottom. The Snow Lord's Gate is the spawning point for all new Norn and is the area in which the Great Hunt celebration is had. The Great Hunt is a competition of sorts where the most impressive Norn, and that's based upon your hunt trophies, get together and tackle a very large, very fierce foe. For the player characters, this is Isomir, which is a giant ice worm. The main focus for this part of the map, however, are the 4 shrines for the 4 spirits of the wild. Now, instead of gods, the Norn have spirit guides, and these guides embody all of the virtues and vices of the animals that they represent. They're said to keep the Norn in check and to aid the Norn when they are needed. Here in the foothills, you'll find the shrines to Bear, Raven, Snow Leopard, and Wolf. These are the 4 spirit guides that led the Norn exodus away from Jormog to their current home here in Holbrook. The spirits Ox, Owl, Wolverine, and Eagle stayed behind to battle Jormog as a way to give the Norn enough time to escape south. Owl has been confirmed dead. The status of the other 3 are unknown at this time because those 3 don't have any shamans dedicated to them, so the Norn haven't had any kind of contact with them since the Exodus. Now the Sons of Svanir take it upon themselves to try to damage these 4 shrines as they believe there is only one spirit guide worth worshipping. Now the Sons of Svanir are an interesting and frustrating group. They're a cult of male Norn who worship the elder dragon Jormog. They believe it to be the ultimate spirit guide, regardless of the fact that Jormog is a dragon and not a spirit. To better understand their motives, you need to know where they came from. The cult first began with a Norn by the name of Svanir in 1078 AE. Now this is in the Guild Wars 1 time frame, so you veterans should already know this if you played through Eye of the North. Svanir was leading a hunting party with his sister Yora when Jormog first spoke to him. The dragon promised him great power and worthy prey, and the Norn fell under his corruption. Jormog made him into his champion, known at the time as the Norn Bear. He was half Norn, half bear, kind of caught in the transformation that Norn can all do to take their animal totem. And on top of that, he had a blast of Jormog's ice-brewed corruption on him. Now in Guild Wars 1, you assist Yora and you end up slaying the Norn Bear. Following his death, Jormog continued to corrupt more Norn with promises of great power, and many fell to him. This fed him and quickened his awakening. And even after awakening, he has still continued to seduce and corrupt any Norn willing to listen to him, and any Coden and Quaggan as well. And he turns all of them into ice-brewed minions. But because of Yora's actions in slaying her brother and defying Yormag, the Sons of Svanir despise women and forbid them from joining their ranks. Because of this, and because I play all female characters, I wasn't able to see all of the Sons of Svanir dialogue in Holbrook, so I don't know if there was anything really interesting there or not. They all just say pretty nasty things to your female character. But, for all intents and purposes, the Sons of Svanir are seen as enemies, everywhere except for Holbrook. The Norn people are very independent, and as such, those in the city choose to judge individuals separately. So any Son of Svanir that doesn't prove themselves to be a threat are welcome within their walls. In Wayfarer Foothills, however, every Son of Svanir you see, chances are he's out to kill you. They're all hostile. I'm pretty sure they're all hostile throughout the rest of the game as well. But here in Wayfarer Foothills, they have several settlements. The first of these is at the southernmost point of the map. They have another, larger one at Dark Riven Bluffs, as well as a gathering at the Heart of Corruption on the east side of the map. This is also the location of the Svanir Shaman World Boss. Their largest settlement, however, is at the very top of the map. Though they can really be found throughout the entire zone, most of the dynamic events in the zone have something to do with the Sons of Svanir. And they have a habit of just popping up wherever they want. There's also a little bit of a Grawl problem at the southeastern part of the map. That seems to be the only location of the Grawl, and one of the tribes there can actually become friendly with the successful completion of a certain dynamic chain. And I can't quite remember the name of the chain, but I believe it involves following a Norn sculptist into their cave where he constructs a giant statue, and I think the Grawl start worshipping it or something like that. There's also a sizable dredge population in the foothills, which really shouldn't be surprising since they seem to pop up any place that there's any kind of mountain whatsoever. They have a pretty large mine in the southwest corner, and an encampment in the mountains separating Borealis Forest from the rest of Wayfarer Foothills. There's another smaller batch of dredge on the western side of the map. It's kinda near the Jotun Citadel. I'm not even going to try to attempt to pronounce that name. In the middle of the map, you come across the first and only Lion Guard presence here, and that's Twin Spur Haven. Kind of depending on the time that you cross through the map, it may or may not be a Lion Guard fort. Seems like more often than not when I come through the zone, one of the dynamic events there has failed and it's overrun with ice brood. And the only other really notable location I found was Cragsteed, and that's in the top eastern part of the map. This is, of course, left over from a previous chapter of the Living Story. This was Brom's home village, which fell under attack from the Molten Alliance. There's really not a whole lot there now except a point of interest or two and maybe a skill point. It's still kind of neat to go and see, though. Now the rest of the zone is really just based around showing you the Norn lifestyle. There's a lot of hunting lodges, a lot of hunters, a lot of tanning racks and weaponsmiths, and a lot of dried meat. And that's pretty much it for Wayfarer Foothills. Now if you found this video useful or just enjoyed watching it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. There will be a lot more Guild Wars 2 videos to come. Thanks for watching!